Yotsuba Bank's Shibuya branch stood gleaming under the morning sun. A young man in a charcoal blazer walked through the revolving doors, a slim folder in his hand. Inside, the marble lobby hummed with quiet transactions. The queue moved slowly, but the man held no numbered ticket. He stepped directly toward the loan desk.
The robotics venture, is it? Let me guess. You built a little toy and now you want millions. We don't fund hobbies here. This is a real bank. Denied. Next.
A few customers in the queue exchanged glances. Someone stifled a laugh. The tellers kept their heads down.
He didn't deserve that. Not after all the times he came in quietly, just to check his passbook.
So this is the branch manager everyone fears, and I hold the one thing that keeps its doors open.
Look at him. So quiet. Probably can't even afford a real tie. Go on. Get out.
Asahi didn't argue. He tucked the folder under one arm and walked toward the glass doors without looking back. Outside, he pulled out his phone and scrolled to a number he'd only ever used once. The screen read Yotsuba Private Banking. Asahi pressed dial and raised the phone to his ear, his expression unchanged.
This is Asahi. I want to close my family trust. Transfer every yen to a competitor bank. Today.
The voice on the other end stammered, then pleaded. Asahi-sama, please hold. This requires immediate executive attention. Across the city, inside a black sedan, Regional VP Tanabe's phone erupted with an internal alert. His face drained of color as he read the caller ID.
The trust account is leaving? That 4.8 billion yen props up the entire Shibuya branch. Tell him to wait. I'm coming myself.
The sedan swerved into traffic, tires squealing. Tanabe didn't care about the sirens he couldn't use. Every second mattered. Asahi stood under the bank's glass canopy, hold music in his ear. He didn't pace. He didn't fidget. He simply waited.
If he pulls that deposit, the branch's solvency ratio collapses. My entire division gets audited. How did it come to this?
The black car screeched to a halt at the bank entrance. The rear door flew open before the engine cut, Tanabe stumbling onto the pavement. Asahi watched the executive disappear through the revolving doors. He lowered his phone, still on hold, and let the corner of his mouth tighten just slightly. The vice president burst through the bank's inner doors, his eyes darting wildly until they locked onto a beige suit.
Where is Hiroshi? Someone get him now. This branch is about to collapse.
What's all this noise, Tanabe-san? This is highly irregular. I was about to report another successful quarter.
Tanabe grabbed Hiroshi's arm and yanked him into the manager's office, slamming the frosted glass door tight.
Your biggest depositor just called to close his account, the one worth 4.8 billion. Do you even know who that is?
All VIPs are accounted for. This must be some mistake. There's no whale at my branch, Tanabe-san.
Tanabe snatched the tablet and thrust the depositor name into Hiroshi's face. The color drained from the manager's skin. On the system monitor, the branch's solvency ratio blinked red. Without that deposit, the numbers fell below regulatory minimum.
That hobbyist you mocked 10 minutes ago? His family trust kept this branch solvent for 15 years. You just killed us.
Hiroshi grasped the edge of his desk, knees buckling. Tanabe straightened and hissed through clenched teeth. Fix it. Now. Hiroshi stumbled out of his office, nearly knocking over a potted plant. He scanned the lobby with wild, desperate eyes.
Where is he? The man in the charcoal blazer. He can't have gone far. I need him back here right now.
He pushed through the revolving doors, nearly tripping on the threshold. Asahi stood exactly where he'd left him, calm as still water.
Asahi-sama, please, I made a terrible error. Grant me a moment, I'm begging you. Come back inside and I'll explain everything.
An error? You gave me no courtesy. But since you ask so politely now, I'll come. And I'll bring what I couldn't show before.
Asahi walked back into the bank, the queue parting like a tide. Every customer and teller turned, frozen by the sudden shift in gravity.
I want every yen of this 4.8 billion transferred to a competitor bank this morning. No delays. I'm done with this branch.
That's the man they called a hobbyist. The quiet guest who just came for passbook checks. And he could buy this building 10 times over.
Hiroshi's legs gave out. He crumpled onto the marble floor, gold glasses clattering beside him, his career bleeding out in real time.
Get the transfer authorization forms, now. Every second we waste pushes this branch closer to insolvency. Don't just kneel, Hiroshi, act.
Hiroshi scrambled to his feet, grabbed Asahi's sleeve, and half-pulled him into a privacy room, shutting the door on the staring crowd.
I'll approve your loan. Triple the amount. 10 million yen, zero collateral. Just please don't close the deposit.
You think I came here for a loan? I have 4.8 billion. What could you possibly offer me that I can't buy?
I'll do anything. Personal favors. Stock tips. I have connections. Just give me a chance to make this right.
Write an apology? Post it on this branch's bulletin board. Admit what you said and sign your name. Then we'll talk.
The door swung open. Tanabe entered with a stack of transfer authorization forms, his expression announcing that the machinery had no mercy.
All departments are on alert. We can initiate the transfer in minutes. Asahi-sama, one signature and the funds move. Good. But Hiroshi's apology first. Then I sign.
Hiroshi stared at the pen Tanabe had thrust into his hand. His throat moved as if swallowing glass.
Write it. Every minute we delay, the KPI reports I already filed become fraud. Your career is a rounding error next to this branch's survival.
Hiroshi's apology, smudged and hurried, was pinned to the board. Tanabe then called every employee to the break room.
Without that deposit, this branch fails quarterly solvency. Layoffs aren't a threat, they're mathematics.
Murmurs turned to open hostility. Several staffers turned toward Hiroshi with undisguised fury. Late afternoon, Asahi exited. A few steps later, the mint-haired teller rushed out the side door after him.
Asahi-san, wait. What you did in there, it needed to be done. Since college, my dream was to fund real startups. I studied finance to help innovators like you, not shuffle deposit slips.
Why are you telling me this now?
Your robotics project is exactly what I hope to support. If you ever need a believer, please call.
He took the small slip, her name and number written in neat strokes. He stared at it a beat longer than necessary. She walked back inside, pastel hair catching the last afternoon light. Next morning, Hiroshi gathered a few employees in the break room, voice low and venomous.
That Asahi kid is a spoiled brat who inherited his fortune. He's punishing all of us just to stroke his ego.
A few tellers frowned, uncertain. Hiroshi's words planted doubt.
That's a lie. He was polite and quiet. You humiliated him for no reason, Hiroshi-san.
Watch your mouth, Mizuki. You're just a teller.
Then I'll speak as someone who knows your KPI reports. The deposit you used to boost your numbers? It's the same one you just drove away.
The room froze. Several staff members turned their glares back to Hiroshi. The bank's fragile unity shattered. Across town, Asahi's phone buzzed in his cluttered workshop.
The demo is in 48 hours? Without a funding partner, the investors won't commit. No, I haven't secured one yet.
He stared at the robot prototype. His dream had never felt this close, or this endangered. Hiroshi locked his office door and dialed a tabloid contact he had once helped bury a scandal.
I have a scoop. A rich brat named Asahi is destroying a community bank. Front page material.
The reporter hesitated. Asahi? The quiet robotics engineer? What's the angle?
He's snatching his deposit to spite normal workers. The public loves a spoiled kid takedown.
The reporter hung up and pulled the branch's public filings. The 4.8 billion deposit had rested there for 15 years, hardly the mark of a vengeful trust fund kid. The reporter called back. Hiroshi, the records show you humiliated him first. I'm killing the story.
No, please. I'll give you anything. Just spin it my way.
The voice on the line hardened. I don't run lies. Push again, and my next piece exposes your KPI fraud. Goodbye. The line went dead. Hiroshi's fist slammed the desk. His gold frames skittered off and cracked on the cold floor. No ally inside the bank, No shield outside, and the transfer authorization forms were still on the desk. In his workshop, Asahi stared at the slip of paper from Mizuki. Then he pressed dial on a number he already knew by heart.
Tanabe-san, initiate the full transfer. I'll sign the forms remotely. The demo is in 2 days. I don't have time to wait for your branch to save itself.
On the other end, Tanabe's voice was hoarse. Understood. It will begin immediately. In the branch's server room, the numbers began to shift. The mighty 4.8 billion started its digital march toward a rival vault. Hiroshi, still in his office, watched the live dashboard on his tablet. Each refresh chipped away at the balance, his career dissolving like ice in acid. In the lobby, the remaining staff had stopped working. They stood in clusters, watching the manager's office, knowing the branch was bleeding out.
Mizuki watched Asahi through the glass. She saw not a destroyer, but a man pushed too far, choosing his own survival.
Asahi walked toward the entrance, past his former interrogators. No one spoke. A few tellers bowed slightly. Outside, he took a final breath of the bank's cold air and then drove straight to his workshop. The robot prototype awaited. With the financial tethers cut, he had nothing left to negotiate. The demo would be his only weapon. Hiroshi vaulted over the counter and raced toward the server room, his tie flying.
Shut down the transfer. I don't care who authorized it. This is my branch.
Before his hand could reach the server lock, 2 security guards grabbed him from behind.
Hiroshi, you are suspended. Effective now. KPI fraud investigation starts today.
The guards marched him through the lobby. Employees watched, some with tears, some with cold relief.
Mizuki, you're the most trusted teller here. I need you to assist with emergency restructuring.
He's putting me in charge? After everything with Asahi? This might be my chance.
The maintenance worker pried the branch manager nameplate off the desk, leaving a bare slot. Mizuki touched the slip of paper with Asahi's number. Then she looked at the empty office, determination hardening her eyes. Outside, sunrise poured through the glass walls, falling on a desk that now belonged to no one. Hours later, Mizuki climbed the stairs to Asahi's workshop, balancing 2 cups of hot coffee.
I read your entire business plan last night. The robotics concept is brilliant, but you need a bank partner.
You want Yotsuba to fund me? After I just bled your branch dry?
Not the branch. A new innovation fund I've been asked to lead. I want to make your startup its first success.
She opened a laptop, revealing a detailed pitch deck pre-filled with his startup's name.
With the deposit gone, they're desperate to show new direction. This could save the branch's reputation.
She's methodical, and she stayed up all night for this. The demo is in a few hours. If my prototype impresses investors, I'll consider your pitch. No promises.
She extended her hand. He took it. The grip was warm and steady.
After the demo, Mizuki. We'll talk then.
The demo hall hushed. Asahi's robot arm lifted a pen and signed its own name on a contract card. Investors exchanged impressed glances. A venture capitalist stood and applauded. Mizuki watched the live stream from her desk. Her hand trembled as she reached for the phone.
Tanabe-san, the demo succeeded. I'm moving forward with the Innovation Fund pitch for Asahi's startup. I need full authorization.
Tanabe's reply was immediate. Proceed. This is exactly what we need. That evening, a shadow moved through the back corridor of Yotsuba Bank. Hiroshi had kept a spare keycard. He crept into the restructuring office and found the pitch binder on Mizuki's temporary desk. He fed the pages through a shredder. Then he opened her laptop and deleted the master file.
Let her try to pitch now. Without her precious deck, she's nothing.
The empty desk lamp flickered once, then went dark. Mizuki's keycard beeped. The door swung open, revealing shredded paper drifts, a dark laptop screen, and the cold absence of her pitch binder. The security feed confirmed it. Hiroshi, hunched and vicious, feeding her work to the shredder. Asahi stepped off the elevator into the bank lobby. Mizuki's face told him everything before she spoke.
Asahi-san, the pitch deck is gone. Hiroshi destroyed everything. I can't present without it.
Then we rebuild it. You know the plan better than any file. We have ours.
They moved to a quiet cafe booth. Mizuki's laptop, now blank, awaited their combined memory.
I remember every projection. Give me 20 minutes.
Asahi fed her data points while she crafted slides. Their voices overlapped, correcting each other, laughing once at a shared mistake.
It's better than the original. Your insights tighten the financials.
As the afternoon sun slanted through the window, the new pitch deck was complete. Not salvaged, reborn. By dawn, Hiroshi had emptied his apartment and was shoving a carry bag into a taxi. At the station, a hand clamped his shoulder. He spun into the chest of a uniformed officer.
Trespassing, vandalism, fraud. You're terminated. The police will charge you.
Hiroshi's cries echoed as they led him away, his gold glasses smashed, his career in handcuffs. Outside the branch, Mizuki found Asahi. She held a single printed page, her hand shaking.
The Innovation Fund approved 5 million yen in Series A seed. Conditional but real.
You pulled it together in 10 hours, without the original deck.
Better than the original, as you said. But the milestones are tough. We'll need to deliver.
He took her hand, not in a handshake, but a gesture that held a promise. The funding was conditional, but for the first time they faced the terms together. The holding facility was a low concrete building. Asahi walked past the security desk without hesitation. Hiroshi was led in, wrists bound by plastic cuffs. He slumped into the chair opposite Asahi, his beige suit stained.
Asahi, I had nothing left. My family won't survive this. Please, not revenge. Punish me, but let them go. I'll write anything. A full confession. Post it in every branch. Just don't let them pay for my crimes.
You humiliated me publicly. You tried to destroy my reputation. Why should I trust a word you write?
Because it's all I have left. A piece of paper with my name on it, telling the truth. I'll resign.
He slid a notepad and pen across the metal table. The scratches on the surface were deep, like all the confessions before.
Write it. A public apology, admitting everything. Your prejudice, your lies. I'll consider it.
Hiroshi's hand trembled as the pen touched paper. The first strokes were illegible, then steadied. Asahi watched the ink form letters, each one a nail in the manager's coffin. Whether he would drive them in himself, he hadn't decided. Asahi lifted the confession. Each line admitted prejudice, misuse of KPI, the public lies.
You admit the mockery, the faked reports, and you'll resign quietly, face the charges?
I will. Just keep my family out of the news. I'm finished either way.
Tanabe-san, I'll accept the resignation on one condition. The branch commits to a startup financing unit led by Mizuki. Agreed. Her innovation plan is ready. This saves the branch's reputation. Asahi-sama.
He signed the release. The remaining deposit would stay for 90 days, enough time for the new unit to prove itself. Tanabe gathered the staff in the break room. The tension was thick as he announced Hiroshi's resignation.
Mizuki will head our new startup finance division. Her first client, Asahi's robotics venture. The branch lives because of them.
The branch manager nameplate slot remained empty, but the air shifted from mourning to cautious hope. Asahi caught Mizuki's eye across the room. No celebration, just a slight nod. The real work began now. A week after Hiroshi's resignation, the new plaque gleamed beside the office door. Startup Finance Division, led by Mizuki. Asahi stepped into the branch, no longer a supplicant, but a partner. He carried a slim folder, the final term sheet.
I never imagined the teller who slid you tea would become your lead banker.
Life's strange. The one who humiliated me is gone. The one who believed in me stayed.
They sat across a polished desk. Mizuki opened a laptop and turned the screen. Series A term sheet, 5 million yen, conditional on the next prototype milestone.
This is my dream, Asahi. Since college, I wanted to fund something real. Your robot arm is the most real thing I've ever backed.
He picked up the pen. His signature was small but unmistakable, anchoring his name to her plan.
You rebuilt an entire pitch deck in hours. Without that, I'd still be searching for a partner.
You trusted me when I had nothing to show. That matters more than any percentage point.
The pen clicked down. Neither pulled their hand away. The silence wasn't empty. It was full of something unspoken. A week later, they met at a quiet restaurant for their first official business dinner.
I found this in my locker. My old college notebook. I was already dreaming of funding startups back then.
My father gave me this watch. He passed away a few years ago. He'd be proud of what we're building.
And my notebook had a rocket with dollar signs. We both had our dreams before we ever met.
The dinner stretched past business into the territory of two people who'd seen each other at their worst and at their best. They left the restaurant and walked along the river, the city lights reflecting off the dark water. His hand drifted toward hers, then paused inches away, retreating to his pocket.
He almost reached for my hand.
She didn't break stride. She simply slowed enough to match his pace, letting the decision sit with him.
Patience. She's always been patient with me.
3 months later, a press conference filled the hall. Mizuki stood at the podium, a name card reading Startup Finance Lead before her.
Asahi's robotics venture is not just a company. It's proof that quiet innovation can reshape an industry.
Asahi watched from the front row, his charcoal blazer unchanged, but his expression softer than it had ever been.
Yotsuba Bank's new innovation fund will back more founders like him. We're betting on the doers, not the talkers.
A reporter raised a hand. What about the former branch manager who denied his loan? The room stilled.
Hiroshi-san made his choices. This bank has moved forward. We've launched a new division built on trust, not prejudice.
She didn't gloat. She simply stated the facts, and the room absorbed the quiet vindication. After the cameras stopped, Mizuki stepped off the stage and found Asahi near the back of the hall.
How did I do?
You made it look like truth was always going to win.
After the press conference, Mizuki didn't go to the office. She took the long way through the old neighborhood. She stopped at an empty lot, overgrown with weeds. Her childhood home once stood here.
She opened her old notebook, the rocket with dollar signs still scrawled in pencil. I funded a startup. I became exactly what that college girl dreamed.
She flipped to a blank page and read the words she'd never said aloud.
She pulled out her phone and dialed Asahi. I finally funded a dreamer, and I think I'm falling for one.
On the other end, silence, then his breath.
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
He didn't say more. The line didn't disconnect, but she heard him moving. She waited in the dusk, notebook in her lap, the city hum around her. Asahi came up the river path, still in his charcoal blazer, breathless from the run.
I should have told you the day you slid me that tea. I knew then.
Sneaky. You let me make the first move.
Her fingers wove through his. They didn't kiss. They simply stood close to the water, hands locked. Their reflections shimmered on the water, anchored in the same frame for the first time. Months later, a small rural ATM booth stood alone among rice fields. Inside, Hiroshi wiped the machine in a maintenance uniform, his gold glasses now taped. Taped to the wall, a yellowed newspaper clipping. Robotech Secures Series A, a story of quiet triumph. He stared at the rice paddies, a permanent reminder of what his prejudice cost him. Back by the river, two figures walked into the evening, hand in hand, no longer needing words. 6 months later, Asahi and Mizuki walked the river path again. His hand never left hers.
The robotics division is expanding. We'll need a bigger team soon.
And a bigger workshop. I'm already drafting the next prototype.
They passed the same bench where she once sat with her notebook and her dreams. At the water's edge, they stopped. The sunset painted the water gold, and their reflection held together, unbroken.
I used to think my life would just be equations and circuits.
Now it's also bank meetings and press conferences. And this.
The stars emerged as night fell, the river carrying the day's light away. They turned toward home, no longer two separate paths, but one. And in the water, their joined reflection remained, the final image of a quiet, earned happiness.